Nowadays, technology has made everything so easy. When we want to watch a movie, before we even look up its showtime, sometimes we may just go to one of these movie review websites to look at other people's comment on it and also to look at its rating before we decide whether we want to watch it or not. But actually, what is a movie review and how do we write it? A review is a critical piece of work with comments on the movie. To be critical means you either like or dislike the movie, and in your movie review, you explain why. Let's do some revision on analysis of different pieces of writing. Every time we need to look at its purpose and also the readership. For a movie review, the purpose is, of course, to express positive or disapproving opinions on the movie, which means whether you like it or you don't like it. For the readership this time, it is for the general public, but usually it is more for people who have not watched the movie yet. Like in our case, sometimes maybe we may want to read a movie review before we decide whether to go for a movie or not. If you are professionally writing movie reviews, then you can be called a reviewer or even a movie critic. So what is in the review? What is the structure? Let's do some recap. The purpose of writing a review is to express your opinions on the movie. In order to persuade, to convince other people of your opinion, you need to very carefully analyze the movie's merits and drawbacks, which means its good things and bad things. You need a very clear organization, and usually, in a typical movie review, there are 4 main sections. The first section is the introduction, in which you give your overall comments and also some facts about the movie. For example, its genre, whether it's a horror movie, whether it's a romance or a musical. You also give some facts, for example, the director, and also the cast. The cast means the main actors and actresses. Sometimes if the names are well-known names, then you may want to name them as well, so as to attract other people to read your review. The next section is the plot summary, in which you very briefly introduce the setting. The setting means the place and time of the story, the main characters, and also very briefly talk about what the story is about. So basically the plot. Next, which is the most important section, is your opinion. Now you need to very carefully analyze different aspects of the movie. You may want to talk about the music, the acting, the special effects, the scripts, and even more. But make sure that you support each idea with evidence from the movie. For example, from which scene can you see that the special effects are really good? Because if you want to convince other people that you are right, then you need evidence. Lastly, we wrap up by giving recommendations. Would you recommend the movie? And if so, who would like the movie? Would it be, for example, teenagers? Or would it be people who enjoy action movies, or maybe kung fu movie fans? Then you may want to suggest them as well. But bear in mind that since the people who are going to read the review would be people who have not watched the movie yet, make sure you do not spoil the ending. You do not give away the ending when you are talking about the plot, or else you spoil the fun. In order to give a very convincing movie review, it is important to research on the movie, do some background digging, know about, for example, the director and also the main characters. You also need to analyze different aspects of the movie instead of, for example, only talking about the plot. Lastly, make sure you support each idea with sufficient reasons. Now here are some vocabulary related to movie reviews. After doing the unit on progressive English, you should have some ideas already, but here are more. Just now I talked about this. The cast is the actors and actresses. In a movie review, you may want to use the verb to star or to feature someone as well. For example, you may say, the movie stars Tom Cruise, the actor's name, or the features a person. The crew is the team behind a movie. For example, including the scriptwriter, the director, the sound and effects, the light, costumes, etc. The setting is the time and place of the plot. The mood and atmosphere is how the movie makes you feel. It's important. For example, a musical may make you feel upbeat, whereas a thriller may give you chills. So you may want to mention that in your movie review as well. Sorry, here I shouldn't have an S here. Stunts. If you talk about action movies, then you may want to talk about stunts. Stunts are dangerous actions. The people who undergo special training in order to do these dangerous actions are called stuntsmen. And lastly, computer-generated images. In short, CGIs. CGIs are commonly seen in fantasy movie and also sci-fi, science fictions. So that's all for now. Before Monday, I would like you to, by now you should have already finished Progressive English Unit 4, the first exercise. By Monday, I also want you to finish the worksheets I have given you. Only work on parts 1 and 2 on page 1 and 2. If there are other difficult words that you do not understand, please look them up and then write down the definitions on the side. Make sure you do your homework. Since we're talking about movie, here's a bonus point. Look at this picture. Do you recognize the movie? If you do, tell me the movie title on Monday, and the person who gets the movie will get a special prize. That's all for now. Bye.